Okay, hello everyone. So, ang lesson po natin is all about linear equation. And ang objective po natin dito is to find the equation of a line given the following. Okay, so meron tayong tatlo. The first one is given 2 points. Okay, so dalawang points ang given. And that is what we call 2-point form. And that is y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. And we have to find the equation of a line given the slope and a point. So, given ang slope at given ang isang point. And that is what we call point-slope form. Okay, and we're going to use y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay, and letter C, the third one is find the equation of a line given the slope and y-intercept. Okay, again, sa letter C, given ang slope at y-intercept. And that is what we call slope-intercept form. So, we're going to use y equals mx plus b. Okay, before we proceed, let's recall that the linear equation can be written in two forms, okay? So the first one is what we call the standard form. The standard form of a linear equation, and that is ax plus by equals c. And the second one is what we call the slope-intercept form of a linear equation, and that is y equals mx plus b. Okay, para mas lalo nating maintindihan, ito yung example number 1 on how to find the equation of a line given 2 points. Okay? So, sa number 1, given 2 points, ibig sabihin, given ang dalawang point, which is, that is what we call 2-point form. Okay? At ang gagamitin natin formula is y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. And eto na yung example number 1. Find the equation of a line that passes through points positive 6, positive 1, and positive 5, negative 4. So, meron tayong dalawang points. The first is positive 6, positive 1, and the second one is positive 5, negative 4. So, since given ang dalawang points, ang solution natin is use the formula of a 2-point form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. Okay, so na-identify natin yung dalawang point. Yung first point is positive 6, positive 1. So, mag-a-assign tayo ng x sub 1, y sub 1. X sub 1 for 6, y sub 1 for 1. Since, yan yung first point. And then, sa second point, we have positive 5, negative 4. So, ang i-a-assign natin sa 5 is x sub 2. Okay, kasi siya yung pumapangalawang x. And negative 4 is y sub 2 kasi siya yung pumapangalawang y. Okay. Okay, after nating ma-identify ang x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, and y sub 2, isa-substitute na natin doon sa formula. Okay, sa 2-point form formula. Okay, so first step is i-rewrite muna natin yung y minus the y sub 1. So, ang y sub 1 natin is 1. Okay, so that's why we have y minus 1 equals y sub 2, ang y sub 2 natin is negative 4. Minus, ang y sub 1 natin is 1. So, we write 1. And then, all over x sub 2. So, ang x sub 2 natin ay 5. And then, minus, ang x sub 1 natin is 6. So, therefore, we have negative 4 minus 1 all over 5 minus 6. And then we have the quantity of x minus x sub 1. Again, our x sub 1 is 6. So we write 6. And then the next step is to simplify. Okay, so we have now y minus 1 equals negative 4 minus 1. The answer is negative 5. Then 5 minus 6 equals negative 1 times x minus 6, or times the quantity of x minus 6. The next, negative 5 divided by negative 1 is positive 5. So that's why we have y minus 1 equals 5 times the quantity of x minus 6. And then the next step is to distribute 5. Okay, so now we have 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. So our new equation now is y minus 1 equals 5x minus 30. And the next step is to solve for y. Okay, to solve for y, i-isolate natin yung y sa my left side. Yung negative 1, ililipat natin doon sa my right side. Okay, we use the addition property of equality to solve for y. Okay, para matanggal ang negative 1, ang gagawin natin is mag-a-add tayo ng positive 1 sa left and right side ng equation. So now we have y minus 1 plus 1 equals 5x minus 30 plus 1. Then simplify. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Negative 30 plus 1 is negative 29. Therefore, now we have y equals 5x minus 29. Okay, again, our answer, the equation of a line that passes through points positive 6, positive 1, and positive 5, negative 4 is y equals 5x minus 29, which is, this is in slope-intercept form. Or in standard form, we have 5x minus y equals 29. Okay, and that is how to find the equation of a line given 2 points. And now let's proceed to number 2, which is to find the equation of the line given the slope and a point, which is given ang slope at saka isang point. Okay, yan yung tinatawag na point-slope form. So again, kapag given ang slope at given ang isang point, ito yung formula na gagamitin natin. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. And now, this is the example number 2. Write the equation of a line whose graph has a slope of 6 and the point positive 4, negative 2. Okay, and this is our solution. Ano ba yung given natin? So, ang given natin ay slope, which is, the slope is 6. And given ang isang point, which is positive 4, negative 2. Okay, slope is m. So, m is 6. And our point is positive 4, negative 2. Positive 4 is our x sub 1. Negative 2 is y sub 1. And then, isa-substitute natin sa formula. Okay, now let's substitute. Y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay, i-rewrite natin ang y minus y sub 1 is negative 2. So, we write negative 2 equals m is 6 and then times the quantity of x minus x sub 1 is 4. And now we have the equation y minus negative 2 equals 6 times the quantity of x minus 4. And then we simplify. Negative times negative 2 is positive 2. And then we distribute 6. So we have 6 times x is 6x. And 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Therefore, we have y plus 2 equals 6x minus 24. And then, we're going to solve for y. To solve for y, i-isolate natin ang y sa may left side. And then yung positive 2, ililipat natin sa may right side. Okay? So, para ma-solve ang y, mag-a-add tayo ng negative 2 both left and right side ng equation. And this is the result. Y plus 2 minus 2 is 0 equals 6x minus 24 minus 2 equals negative 26. Therefore, we have y equals 6x minus 26. Therefore, the answer is the equation of a line whose graph has a slope of 6 and point positive 4, negative 2 is y equals 6x minus 26 in slope-intercept form. In standard form, we have 6x minus y equals 26. And that is how to find the equation of a line given the slope and one point of the equation. And now let's proceed to the number 3. How to find the equation of the line given the slope and y-intercept, which is we have m and b. M is slope and b is y-intercept. Therefore, we have slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And now we have example number 3. Find the equation of a line whose graph has a slope of 3 and y-intercept of 5. And this is our solution since ang given ay slope at y-intercept. So, ang slope is m equals 3. And ang y-intercept natin, which is b, is 5. So, we use y equals mx plus b. And now, let's substitute y equals m is 3. So, we have now 3x plus b is 5. Therefore, we have y equals 3x plus 5. Okay, therefore, the equation of a line whose graph has a slope of 3 and y-intercept of 5 is y equals 3x plus 5 in slope-intercept form. In standard form, we have 3x minus y equals negative 5. And that is how to find the equation of the line given the slope and y-intercept. And now, let's have another example. Okay, so now let's write an equation. And this is the direction. Write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form given the following. Okay, now we have number 1. The line passes the points negative 8, positive 3, and positive 4, negative 5. Number 2. The line passes the point positive 2, negative 5, and the slope of negative 4. And number 3. A line that has a slope of negative 6 and y-intercept of 2 over 5. And then, ito na yung mga sagot natin. Okay, so now let's solve number 1. The line passes the points negative 8, positive 3, and positive 4, negative 5. So, ang first step na gagawin natin is aalamin natin kung ano yung given doon. Okay, so since ang given natin is negative 8, 3, 4, and negative 5, so ibig sabihin, given ang 2 points. Okay, so gagamit tayo ng 2-point form. So, ang first point natin is negative 8, positive 3. That's why we have x sub 1, y sub 1. So, ang second point natin is positive 4, negative 5. So, that's why we have x sub 2, y sub 2. And then, isi-simplify natin or isa-substitute natin yung mga value ng x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2 doon sa formula ng 2-point form. Okay, so let's substitute. Una, i-rewrite natin ang y minus y sub 1. So, ang y sub 1 natin is 3 equals y sub 2. So, ang y sub 2 natin is negative 5. So, we write negative 5 minus ang y sub 1 natin ay 3. So, we have negative 5 minus 3 all over. Ang x sub 2 natin is 4 minus ang x sub 1 is negative 8. Okay, times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So again, i-rewrite natin yung x minus ang x sub 1 natin ay negative 8. Okay, so next step is to simplify. Okay, now please observe. Now we have y minus 3 equals negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. All over 4 minus negative 8. Negative times negative 8 is positive 8. So that's why we have 4 plus 8 times the quantity of x minus negative 8. So negative times negative 8 equals positive 8. Okay? Then next we have y minus 3 equals negative 8 all over 4 plus 8 equals 12. So now we have negative 8 over 12 times the quantity of x plus 8. Okay, and then i-distribute natin yung negative 8 over 12 doon sa x plus 8. Okay, so now we have y minus 3 equals negative 8 over 12 times x is negative 8x over 12. The negative 8 times 8 is 64 over 12. So, pag nagmumultiply tayo ng fraction, minumultiply natin yung numerator sa numerator, denominator sa denominator. Since negative 8, imumultiply natin sa 8, the answer is 64 or negative 64. Since ang denominator ng whole number is 1, so ang denominator ng 8 is 1. So, 12 times 1 is 12. Okay, next step is to simplify. So, first, isi-simplify natin yung 8 over 12. Okay, kung isi-simplify natin yung 8 over 12, i-divide natin siya both numerator and denominator ng 4 since 4 ang greatest common factor or GCF ng 8 and 12. 8 divided by 4, the answer is 2. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. Therefore, 8 over 12 is equivalent to 2 over 3. Okay, so we have now again negative 2x over 3. Then next, we simplify 64 over 12. To simplify 64 over 12, kukunin natin ang GCF or the greatest common factor, which is 4. Okay, 64 divided by 4, the answer is 16. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then now we have the equivalent of 64 over 12 is 16 over 3. And then now we have the equation of y minus 3 equals negative 2x over 3 minus 16 over 3. Okay, now we solve for y. Okay, para ma-solve yung y, kailangan ma-eliminate ang negative 3. Okay, para ma-eliminate ang negative 3 or matanggal ang negative 3 at maiiwan ng y, mag-add tayo ng 3 both left and right side ng equation. Okay, so now we have y minus 3 plus 3 is 0. Okay, again, negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Then now we have y equals negative 2x over 3 minus, okay, 16 over 3 plus 3. Okay, now next step is isi-simplify natin yung negative 16 over 3 plus 3. Okay, and this is the solution. Negative 16 over 3 plus 3. So, ang denominator ng 3 is 1. And then, ang denominator ng 16 is 3. So, since hindi sila magkapareho ng denominator, kailangan natin kunin ang LCD or ang least common denominator. So, ang least common denominator ng dalawang fraction ay 3. Okay? So, we have now 3 divided by 3 is 1 times 16 equals 16 over 3. Okay? Plus, 3 divided by 1 is 3 times 3. Okay? So, that's why we have negative 16 over 3 plus 3 times 3 over 3. Then now we have 16 over 3 plus 9 over 3. Okay, since similar fraction na, pareho na sila ng denominator, ang gagawin na lang natin is i-add ang numerator at kopyahin ang denominator. So, negative 16 plus 9 is negative 7. And then, ika-copy lang natin yung common denominator na 3. Okay, again, negative 16 over 3 plus 3 equals negative 7 over 3. Okay, then now we have the slope-intercept form y equals negative 2x over 3 minus 7 over 3. So that is in the form of slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. And our slope here, slope m is negative 2 over 3 and our y-intercept is negative 7 over 3. Okay, now let's solve number 2 example. The line passes the point positive 2, negative 5 and a slope of negative 4. So again, sa number 2, ang given po natin is point positive 2, negative 5. So 1 point and slope, which is m, is negative 4. Okay, so now we have to use the point slope form. Since again, given ang isang slope at isang point, which is positive 2, negative 5. So positive 2 is your x sub 1 and negative 5 is our y sub 1. So we're going to use the formula y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. And then, isa-substitute lang natin yung value. So, now we have y. Rewrite natin yung y minus ang value ng y sub 1 is negative 5. Equals m. M is negative 4 times the quantity of x minus x sub 1. So, our x sub 1 is 2. And now, we have the new equation y minus negative 5 equals negative 4 times the quantity of x minus 2. Okay, so ito yung next step na gagawin natin. I-distribute natin yung sign, which is negative times negative 5. The answer is positive 5. And then, i-distribute din natin ang negative 4 sa x minus 2. So, negative 4 times x is negative 4x. And then, negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. Then, ang new equation natin is y plus 5 equals negative 4x plus 8. And then, the next step is solve for y. Okay, to solve for y, isolate y doon sa left side ng equation. And then, i-eliminate ang positive 5 or tatanggalin ang positive 5. To eliminate positive 5, mag-subtract tayo ng 5 sa both side ng equation, sa left and right side ng equation. And then, simplify. Positive 5 minus 5 is 0. So, that's why we have y. And then, 8 minus 5 is 3. So, again, that's why we have now y equals negative 4x plus 3. And that is the slope form or the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So, again, identify natin yung slope. Ang slope natin is negative 4 and ang y-intercept natin ay 3. And now we have number 3. A line that has a slope of negative 6 and y-intercept of 2 over 5. So, again, una nating alamin kung ano yung given. So, since based on number 3, ang given natin ay slope, which is negative 6, slope is m, and ang y-intercept is b, which is 2 over 5. And now we use the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Okay, now let's substitute y equals, ang m is negative 6, then now we have negative 6x plus our b is 2 over 5. Therefore, the equation of the line is y equals minus 6x plus 2 over 5 in